We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. launched today a special Kadiwa ng Pangulo outlet at the Trade Union Congress of the Philippines head office in Quezon City. The KNP para sa Manggagawa brings together around 33 sellers from Quezon City and various government agencies. In his speech during the launch, Marcos said the latest KNP outlet is part of the continuing expansion of the Kadiwa centers nationwide. He said this will be one of the many venues that will give Filipino farmers, fisherfolk, micro, small, and medium enterprises a direct farm-to-consumer trade outlet that will enable them to generate more income. Marcos noted that the Kadiwa is part of his administration's program to mitigate the effects of inflation in the country. He also acknowledged the vital role of the labor force in the economic development and progress of the country.
Kaya nakikita natin, marami tayong nababalitaan na nagtataasan na presyo. Dito po sa Kadiwa ay makikita natin na malaki ang savings, malaki ang bawas doon sa presyuhan. Malaking bagay po ito para maipagpapantay natin ang trato ng ekonomiya sa ating lahat ng ating mga kababayan. Hindi lamang yung mga mamayaman, hindi lamang yung mga may kaya, hindi lamang yung may trabaho, kung hindi lahat po ng ating mga mamamayan ay dapat nating inaalalayan at iniisip kung paano pagandahin ang buhay.
The Marcos administration hailed the decision of protesting transport groups to end their scheduled week-long strike against the Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program. More on this from Marita Mawahe.
Public transport operations returned to normal today as transport groups ended their scheduled week-long transport strike against the Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program. Transport groups Manibela and Piston announced the end of the strike after getting an audience with Malacanang. In a statement, Manibela Chair Mar Valbuena said they support the government's initiative to improve public transportation. He said they agreed to discuss with the government ways to make the PUV modernization program fair and humane for all affected stakeholders.
Sa ganang ito, panghahawakan namin ang pahayag ng ating mahal na Pangulo Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. na bukas ang administrasyon sa pag-aaral at pagrebisa ng implementasyon ng PUV Modernization Program upang mapanatili ang kabuhayan ng ating mga PUV drivers at operators.
For its part, the Marcos administration lauded the transport groups for ending the strike and resuming their services to the public. The Presidential Communications Office said President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. ordered the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board to study the provision of the Omnibus Franchising Guidelines and consider the concerns of drivers and operators. This will be implemented until December 31, 2023, the new deadline for the consolidation of transport franchises into cooperatives in preparation for modernization. The Department of Transportation and LTFRB will also hold consultations to ensure that the PUV modernization program will benefit the drivers, operators, and the riding public. In a separate interview, Marcos said he wants to ensure that no driver loses his job in the process of PUV modernization.
Ang problema na kanilang sinasabi ay baka hindi sila mapautang para makapagbili ng bagong sasakyan. Kaya yan ang tinitignan namin ngayon, na tiyakin na walang mawawalan ng trabaho dahil hindi nakapagbili ng electric vehicle pagdating ng panahon. Wala pa tayo doon. Maganda naman ang aming usapan at nabigyan natin ang sarili natin together with the transport groups and the government ng kaunting oras para December 30, nag-postpone tayo hanggang December. Sa palagay ko, sapat na panahon yon upang magawa na natin lahat ng kailangan gawin para ayusin ang sistema ng pag-inspeksyon at pagpalit ng ating mga jeepney, ating mga transport workers.
For the PNA Newsroom, I am Marita Muahe.
Interior and Local Government Secretary Ben-Hur Abalos has ordered the replacement of all police personnel in Negros Oriental following the assassination of Governor Roel Degamo on the weekend. In a Facebook post, Abalos said the Police Lieutenant General Rodel Sermonia is now at Bayawan City, Negros Oriental to implement his order. Sermonia, who serves as the PNP Deputy Chief for Administration, said he has completed the turnover of the Bayawan City Police Chief as well as the changing of all police personnel. Meanwhile, the PNP Criminal Investigation and Detection Group charged 3rd District Representative Arnolfo Arni Teves Jr. and a certain Hannah May, allegedly his secretary, with murders that occurred in 2019. Among the cases is the March 25, 2019 assassination of Sangguniang Panlalawigan member Miguel Dungog in front of the Silliman University Medical Center in Dumaguete City. Teves and his brother Pride Henry are also suspected of being involved in the assassination of Degamo and 8 other people. In a Facebook video, Teves said the accusations against him and his brother were expected but that they have nothing to gain by ordering Degamo's death. So far, the 4 primary suspects have been transferred to Manila. 2 of them who earlier expressed their willingness to cooperate were turned over to the National Bureau of Investigation or NBI. DOJ spokesperson Miko Clavano said they are coordinating with the PNP for any future cases that may be filed in relation to the incident. The Department of Agriculture has temporarily prohibited the entry of imported beef from Spain following the outbreak of mad cow disease in the European country. In a memorandum order, the DA said the ban applies to the importation of live animals, meat, and meat byproducts derived from cattle from Spain. The DA also suspended the processing, evaluation, and issuance of sanitary and phytosanitary import clearance for beef imports. However, all shipments from Spain already in transit before the issuance of the memorandum order will be allowed as long as the products were slaughtered on or before December 21, 2022. Records from the Bureau of Animal Industry shows that the country imports about 3.5 million kilos of beef from Spain, mostly beef cuts and fats, representing only 0.54% of the country's beef imports from 2018 to 2022. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the social media pages of the Presidential Communications Office or PCO. Stay tuned for more news updates. I am William Theo. We tell stories that inspire change. Good day, everyone.